planning is really important. And the first question is, what actions should you take now or before your trade show has even started? So, Ayo, should we come to you first?
Why not? So I kind of, oh, hello, by the way. And the key things for me, I thought, is that you need to create some kind of energy and excitement that you're going to be somewhere. So I always think before a show, you want to kind of start talking about it, start sharing what you're doing. And in the run up to the show, it's kind of just building that kind of excitement. We're going, this is what we're going to be showing. This is what we're going to be doing. You know, this is who you're going to meet. And, you know, keeping that going. So I think social media plays a huge part in that. So you can start connecting with potential visitors and delegates, but also you can also use it as a way to build your relationship with the actual organizers as well. So what the hashtags they're using, connecting and all of that kind of stuff. So I think before the show, you've really got to kind of focus on getting your stall in order, finding out what the show hashtags are, sharing social media posts, talking about what you're going to be doing. And also, I think if there's any kind of press interviews, previews, any of that kind of stuff going along with the show, making sure that you've got your press releases out there and all your details are ready to go and that you're actually sharing that kind of content as well. So for me, it's about making the most of kind of the pre-event promotional opportunities and also telling your existing clients that you're going to be there and would they like to meet. So for me, that's what you need to do before a show.
Well, hey, we're done. That's everything.
Cheers, lovely.
What she said. Well, you're there.
Sorry, I wrote a blog on this the other day. That's why.
Stacey, what would you add to that amazing list?
What I would add, the number one thing is make sure you've got comfy shoes. Don't be breaking in shoes if you're going to a trade show.
That's a fabulous tip.
But everybody who's been to a trade show and made that rookie error knows exactly what I mean. So get comfy shoes. You don't want to be, no heels. Really, you want comfy shoes if you're going to be on a feet. That's just one very, very simple, practical pre-planning tip. But just picking up on what Ayo was saying about press coverage. My background is journalism and trade journalism. Spent 15 years going down to MIPIM and various other trade shows. So what I would say from a pre-press point of view is check out what the publishing deadlines are for the publication. So if you're launching something at the show, think about whether you can get that press release to the journalists under embargo ahead of the day, because once the show's on, they're going to be extremely busy. They're probably not going to have time to turn around press releases. And we used to do a hell of a lot of prep, get a lot of stories around stuff that was being announced at, say, MIPIM and LREF and those sort of things. We used to get those done beforehand. They would all be teed up, ready to go, and they would just publish when the embargo broke. So think about that. Think about, is there stuff that you are announcing at the show that you can actually get over to the press in plenty of time? And similarly with supplements and content. Just as an example, we used to put out our biggest issue of the year at EG to coincide with MIPIM, and I used to start working on the supplements that went in that issue the December before. People would contact me 2 weeks before the show and go, can we contribute to the MIPIM issue? We'd gone to press by then. It was way too late. We were working sort of 8, 9, 10 weeks in advance. So bear that in mind. If you want to get into publications that are going out with the show, find out what the timeline is, find out what the deadlines are, because these things take a lot of planning and a lot of work, and the work starts really early. So you don't want to miss out.
That's a really good point, and one that a lot of people do miss. And when I've been to some before, and you've not known that, or you've been thrown, we need to do this now. It's too late, And at MIPIM in particular, they're printing overnight, aren't they? So there's lots going on as well. So what would I add to that? Well, for me, I suppose I'm going to come at it from the speaking point of view, but I think there's 3 things really: having a goal for your event in the first place, doing your research, and having that hero piece of content. Where you've kind of covered that a bit, Stacey, with that. Are you launching a product or services? What is your goal? Are you publishing a report? Are you recruiting? Are you looking to engage people with your product or service? Well, the last one, clearly, otherwise you wouldn't be going. But what is really the purpose of why you're doing that? And like Stacey, I've launched white papers and reports for clients and letting them know in advance, as Stacey said, organising a pre-copy at your stand with a bit of food works, get people there. If it's a handful, 5 great connections with a pre-copy in their hands is better. That's meaningful connection with people. So think about that. If you haven't much time, I know I wasn't at this one, but the last episode of this was on repurposing. You can repurpose something. You can use something with a new perspective. Make sure you. I was giggling at me. I'm not quite sure why.
I wasn't there. I wasn't.
Okay. So, is there a particular news agenda you can piggyback on? What's everyone talking about? Or failing that, prepare some sort of interactive element that you can. If you haven't got any of those things, have a think about how you're going to make the most use of it, so to reach your goal. In terms of your talk, I'm going to focus on that bit today. Researching your audience for your talk. Now, researching what's hot and what's not. No one wants to hear the same topic. Us three are working in the built environment predominantly, and the same topics come up. We've all said this, haven't we? At every trade show, and we want to hear something new. So research what's hot, but also what's not, and don't talk about something that's already been talked about. Connecting and reaching out to your fellow panelists, other people that are speaking, find out what they'll be talking about. Maybe there's some common interest there. And if you connect with fellow panelists, you can also tag them, which can help with increasing your reach of your social posts before the show as well. And just very quickly, the talk show, people tuning in to listen to something and learn something from you. It's not sales led. So decouple it from your stand. They want to hear about a topic and learn something and come away with something. So make sure that whatever it is right for that audience. So they're my things.